guys, welcome back to my channel. We're not where I usually record. I recorded the video where I normally record in my bedroom, but the lighting was so much better in my kitchen, so I came to record the intro in the kitchen. This is the look we went with today. I cut crease with a really nice 2 shimmer shades. I don't know if you can really tell, but I used more of a darker bronze shade right here, and I went to a lighter shade. I'm going to show you guys how I did that in this video. I used the Per Times Boxycharm palette. So if you were subscribed to Boxycharm during that month, I don't know what month it was, but you can recreate this look. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching, and you guys have a great day. Hi guys, so I didn't really know what makeup look I'm going for right now. In the intro, you'll see it fully completed. So I think I'm just going to use my Boxycharm Per palette, Pure, however you say it. We're just going to use that and create a look from there. I kind of wanted to go with a really nice brown crease or orangey pink, and then do like a really pretty brown bronze shimmer on the lid. So that's the look we're going to try and go for. So let us start. First, you know, I want to put, I might wait till concealer after, but we're going to go ahead and conceal our lids. Oh my god, have I been recording? Okay. That's how stupid I am when I have to ask if I've been recording. Alright. Is there any hair? Okay. I'm just priming my lid. Since we don't have an eyelid primer, I just use concealer. It's just taking away all that redness that we had. Okay, so we're going to dive right into this palette. I'm going to set it with the shade Perfect. Right here, this really neutral shade. We're just going to set that, kind of tap it. So you can already tell the difference when I set it with that neutral shade. It's already blended into our natural eye color. Alright, make sure I have all of the other shades off. So I think now I'm going to go into Naked, right here, this shade. And we're going to start building our crease. So I got this palette from Boxycharm, and let me tell you, this is kind of like, besides the Naked holographic highlighter palette, this is really the most high-end palette that I've had. Like, everything was so pigmented. Like, this was the really very first palette that I was kind of shook over, because when you use drugstore palettes pretty much your whole time that you've done makeup, I think I wasn't heavy into makeup until I moved from my mom's house to here. It's just, I had a lot of time on my hands because I was looking for a job, and I just kind of dived in, and that's when I got kind of creative, learned contour, concealing, everything like that. But I was doing makeup a long time before, like throughout the end of middle school into high school. So I've been doing it a while, but I haven't gotten into the crazy, like, what makeup is now kind of thing until recently. So now that we have our crease building under this Naked shade, it's more of an orangey pink. Need to come over here and darken this side. Okay, so now that we have that color set in, I'm going to go into BFF, this really pretty pinky maroon. Is maroon the right? I don't know, it's really pretty. I love this shade. Again, like I said, we're going to kind of go with a dark pinky crease, and then we're going to have a bronze lid. So now we're just taking those colors and we're building it in, and I have a denser blending brush, so this is really going to keep it closer to that, to the inside of our crease instead of flashing out. Have you ever been blending your eyes so much and you're like, this is starting to hurt? I get like that sometimes when I'm like adding shades on shades on shades. I'm like, oh my god, I have to stop, it's hurting. And if you're just starting out, don't get discouraged, you know, if one eye looks better than the other, because even our most experienced people, they have their bad days. We've been there before. We've been experimenting. We've had one eye that looks completely perfect and the other one is just, what happened? We've all been there before. So don't get discouraged, just keep trying. Makeup is art. You know, not everyone has the same style of art as others. Like, I'm getting really deep now, but just want you guys to know, when you click on my channel, I'm not a beauty guru like most of some YouTubers are. They style a look, and sometimes I'll be watching their tutorials like, how did you do that? So when you come here, I want it to kind of be like, we're beginners. We're all learning together. So I'm still going into that BFF shade and just kind of bringing it down even more slowly to kind of keep definition going. And it doesn't matter if you get it on the lid, because we're going to cover that with concealer so that we can have that really pretty bronze shimmer lid. Okay, so now that we have that, I'm just going to take my, what do you call it, smudge side of the brush and just kind of smudge those lines that we have between the pinky orange to the really deep maroon. Kind of almost like a sunset. That's the kind of thing we're going for on our crease. So now that we have that, this is what we have for the crease so far. This is pretty good to go ahead and start concealing your lid. So I'm just dipping this really small to medium sized definer brush, and I'm just gonna fill it in. And I started from the middle and worked my way down. Okay, so now that that's laid down, I'm going to go ahead and do the other side. I think I took this one kind of higher. Yeah, I did. Which is fine. We can go back and add. Okay. So now that we have that, I'm going to go ahead and take, what shade do I want to use? We're going to take Alliance, which is this really pretty bronze shade, and we're going to start on the outer corner with that. Do you want to use that brush? Ooh, that picked up a lot. And we're just kind of beating it in there. Because you kind of want to pack the shade. With the shimmer shades, especially when you're going on top of the concealer, you want to pack it in there. Okay, so I think I've gone that far with that shade as I want to for right now. So I'm going to take Charmer, which is this really lighter bronzy, but it's not as bronzy. It's a little bit more gold. And it's lighter. And we're going to start with that right here. We're just packing it in that inner corner up to the start of the middle. Same technique, we're beating it on there. Kind of like what you would do with a beauty blender, just pouncing it on there. Okay. So now that we have that, I'm going to start bringing that darker shade up towards the middle where we have that lighter shade. And you saw that I started back here to kind of remove the excess because you don't want it darker in the middle because that's kind of where everything's blended out. So we're going to pat off that excess, bring it towards the middle. So it's going to look like this is the lightest, brightest part, and then it blends out into the darker. Okay, so now that we have that, I'm going to take this blender shader brush, and I'm going to go right here and just blend it where those two shades would meet. Wipe off the excess before we start the next eye. So there we go, that's what we have so far for that. Let me put that to the side. So now we're going to do our, let me add the shade to the bottom. So to kind of create that contrast like we have at the top, because right now we just have this pink and then really bright. So we're not going to bring the bright down. We're going to bring that BFF shade, that really pretty dark pink, and we're going to blend it on the lower lash. This is going to create a symmetry because now everything looks blended. Everything looks like it's supposed to be there. I'm just taking that shade, kind of blend into the crease where we kind of went a little bit over the top on the shimmers. We're kind of just darkening it up. not getting it on the shades, but just kind of darkening up this crease again. Just touching up. Okay. So now that we've done that, let's go ahead and start with our eyeliner. So, I don't know if I already told you this, for primer, I use the Cover FX primer. Focus. This one, the blurring primer. And I used for my foundation, I mixed the Maybelline Superstay, because this is too dark for me, with the Not Impressing e.l.f. Full Coverage, which is, if you mix them together like I did, it turned out to be really close to my shade. It's full coverage. This is without any concealer on or anything. This was the foundation. It's kind of shining pink right here because I have a problem with blushing really badly there. Sorry, I'm just cleaning this nasty brush off because it is disgusting. Like, really disgusting. Let me clean this out because look at this. This is disgusting. Okay, guys, so I'm back. I just wanted to make sure I got all the excess off because we want a clean, straight line. I'm using an angle brush. So we're just going to start right in that corner and kind of bring it up. Remember, you can always add more, but you can't take it away. So I'm kind of making a light little... And then I'm just dragging it back down. And then now that we're done with that, I'm going to fill in the wing point with this really small detailed brush. Okay, so now that that wing's done, I'm going to take the bigger brush and just fill in everything. Fill in those missing holes. Okay, so now that that's filled in, I like to take a pencil eyeliner and really get under the tear line. Kind of get everything detailed. So I noticed if you really fill in this bottom part, especially if you put on falsies, they don't look fake because everything looks black and filled in like it's your eyeliner. I'm just taking it really close to that lash line, and I'm going to fill in the tear line at the bottom. Not all the way. Wow. I haven't said anything yet. So, not all the way. I don't take it all the way here because then it just looks really kind of, too much sometimes. Okay, so now that that liner is done on this side, I'm gonna take off camera and finish the other one on this side, but that's how I do my wing. Gel eyeliner, I like gel eyeliner, especially if you get an angle brush. You can sometimes just dap it and then you have a point, then you can just bring it down and fill it in. That's how I learned from the beginning. It was a lot easier for me, and then when I first started out, I tried liquid, and it was very dark from the very beginning. The minute you put a line on, that was your line. So that's why I think starting off with gel liner, you can kind of put a little on your brush, start out. You can always add more. You cannot take it away, because then you'll ruin your whole makeup look, basically, because then you have to take off all your makeup, start over again. So I recommend gel eyeliner if you're trying to learn how to wing it. So that's what I use, but I'm going to go ahead and do this eye off camera. Okay guys, I'm back. I just added some concealer here, and I wanted to show you this setting powder I got from e.l.f. It's, I wish it was loose, but it is pressed. It's just white setting powder. It's a lot better than my Maybelline that I've been using. I don't like this sponge. But yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and do it with my normal setting powder brush. And we're just gonna lay that down there. I noticed with this yesterday, I was using it yesterday. I was gonna record a video on it, but I went out and I was kind of just doing my makeup to go out. So I noticed I was really sweating hard yesterday, so I used this for kind of covering up those grease spots. It soaked up my grease spots, like, and it really does brighten, like, it does. I think this was $6. I got it from Walgreens. It was worth the $6. See, I don't have a problem with a lot of e.l.f. products. They're cheap, they work great. Like, I picked up their setting mist, and I tried that out yesterday, and it lasted. Like, normally I never have used a setting spray, and my makeup will just pour off my face. Like, by the end of the night, it looks like I had no makeup on to begin with. Like, the only thing that stays is my brows, and even then they'll be sometimes kind of coming off. I'm just kind of bouncing it on the spots where we're just setting all that cream we put down. I'm kind of leaving it right here so it brightens everything up. The only problem I've had with this is when it gets settled, it's not coming off. Like, you kind of have to powder it off really goodly. See, I'm having that problem now. I wouldn't recommend this as a baking powder. This is not a good baking powder. You want kind of a loose, translucent powder for that. I'm just brushing off the excess. But yeah, I wanted to show you guys this. I don't know if it's going to show up properly on the camera. It's going to be mirrored. But I like it. I enjoy it. It's not for baking. You know, I'm trying to find a good baking powder that's cheap. So yeah. Why does my nose run whenever I do my makeup? But this is the finished eye look. I'm going to go ahead and with contouring my face really quickly, and we'll put some highlight on, and I'll show you guys the finished look. So I guess we can go into how I'm contouring now with... So I noticed that my LA colors, that's what we figured out it was if you've been watching my other videos, this little stinker, if I shave the excess off and use that, it's really good. So that's what we're going to do. I'm just going to take my little eyebrow shaver. We're just going to get us some to work with. So then I'm going to take my contour. That is not it. I'm going to take my contour brush, just kind of dip in it, get us something to work with. Because it's not going to be a blinding contour, which is, I don't want to look like that. I just want a subtle shadow. Same thing over here. But yeah, more of like a loose powder blush. I mean, blush. Bronzer, it works really well. So that's what I've been doing with that. You don't want to go in with too much of a heavy hand, because then you don't want to look like a clown, like really dark up here and then really white towards your forehead, and you'll just, it won't look right. And then I like to bring mine here. So, alright, so now that we're done with that, just kidding, I'm adding more, I'm going above and beyond. Okay, so then I like to cream contour my nose. So I use the Wet n Wild contour stick. I don't know what shade this is. Oaks on You, that's the shade. We're just gonna kind of pick it up with this oval brush, and we're bringing it down, and then we're gonna swipe it up over the bridge, because I don't like to bring mine too far over the bridge of my nose. We're just slimming this nose down. You kind of flick it over that bridge. It goes right where you want it to stop. So, we're going to add a little blush now. You already know my favorite blush. This one. I'm a fan of this blush. Like, it's not too bright. I love it. I kind of piled it on today. I mean, it's a really pretty blush color, especially for the lighter shade people. This is my go-to. Or if you just don't really want a dramatic blush, like, that's my go-to. This one, on the other hand, looks like the BFF shade that we put down earlier. Speaking of that, I want to try something. I'm probably going to ruin everything that I just did. Yes, girl. if you have a blush that maybe you got out of the subscription box, it's too dark for you, too light for you, use it as a shade for your eyeshadow. Do not let it go to waste. Like, I want to give it away, but the packaging's so freaking cute. It makes a really good eye shade. It's staying with me. So, highlight. So, I'm going to use from my Naked Highlighter palette. Where'd you go? What shade do I want? I'm going to go with this purplish red. This is my favorite. I love highlight. So, since I use this as my highlight, I think I'm going to go in and use this as my brow bone highlight. Then we're going to pop it in this inner corner. There we go. So this so far is the finished look except for lipstick. I haven't decided which one I want to wear, but this is the finished look. I'm really impressed with it. It's really nice. I've gotten into this phase where I love cut creases now, where I love doing this kind of neutral dark cut crease, or yeah, and then I'll do my lids a really bright shade or a bright shimmer. So yesterday I kind of had the same crease but with a purple when I went out last night. So that's what I had for that. I'm trying to decide which lip shade I want to use. So, with that being said, see you next time.